Hi, you're here for another edition of the Thought Project, just so you know. We do the Gap Band for a few minutes. Really old song from the early 80s. What I was doing, I didn't know I lost it to go. Oh, and then you are gone, you are gone. Me enough love, so I gotta get up in the morning. Find me enough love. Oh, no, wait, I'm lip syncing that. I can't do that. It's enough of this song. It's by the Gap Band, early in the morning. So today's episode is going to be on analytics. We'll just go through a few things really quickly because this is not going to be a long episode like the last one. And I will sing today. I'm going to sing September's Cry for You as well at the end of the episode. But we're going to talk a little bit about some recent events. As you know, First Republic Bank went under yesterday, and actually most of it actually went to JP Morgan, and then the government's actually trying to step in to stabilize it so people didn't actually lose money that they're investing in it. But that also probably means just about everybody who had money in the bank is now being investigated. So whatever. That's like the third bank in like 2 months, third US bank in 2 months, whatever. Yeah. Most of it's tied to the earlier episodes. We discussed the issues with some of the organizations that were founded at the end of the USSR and a lot of the martial organizations, and that's what you're seeing now with some of these banks falling as Putin continues to fail in his war on the Ukraine, and everything sort of comes apart in Russia. It's really interesting. The Ukrainians actually made an attempt to try to kill Putin with a drone recently. It didn't work out, but that's sort of beside the point. It's just, as I noted in an earlier episode, you're going to see a number of organizations start to fall apart that were actually shell organizations that were actually founded, or the ideas for them, the inception of them came at the end of the USSR in the 80s. So long time coming. AI, the founder of AI has now stepped down of Dr. Jeffrey Hinton. He's a computer scientist. He's a PhD in the computer sciences. He quit Google yesterday. Said he was ashamed of what AI had become. Here's the thing about AI that I said about 20 years ago when I was participating in a lot of groups and doing thought project work. And what I said is about AI as well, and I've said this in earlier episodes, but one point I didn't quite make is, would you want to leave two children alone in the woods to play? Because AI is based a lot around human thought patterns and human ideas. And one of the problems they had with AI was that whenever, the sort of chatbots, whenever were created, personalities are created, codes are created, if you left them alone, especially two of them, they would then become nasty. One became a fascist, one became a Nazi in a really weird experiment that Google went through. And here's the thing. Why do you not leave children alone in the woods? Or why do you not leave children alone to play? Why do you not leave them alone to play unattended? Why does mom or dad or a babysitter or somebody at least look out the window and make sure the kid's still in the front yard playing or whatever, or someone is actually physically out there? Why is that? Because someone could get to them. And that was actually a problem with AI, because it is sort of a new technology and it's still developing. There's an issue with people breaking into it, and terrorists, essentially, cyber terrorists, breaking in and changing the codes and making it evil or mean. In this case, one turned into a Nazi, they one turned into a massive communist, which is really that different as far as I can tell. But anyways, sorry, but I see a lot of overlapping ideologies between Nazi and communist behavior, and it all involves being violent and stealing from people and not caring about anyone's personal rights, and fascism. So that's my opinion on that. But my apologies to the guy. I'm sorry he felt like he had to resign from his job. Probably made the most ethical decision you could think of at this point. Economics for the U.S. If you have investments, and they're specifically around the US economy doing better. Like if you were counting on doing public events and making money, if you're counting on the economy being really good at making money, you are not going to make money. That's the end of that. Now we're going to talk for a few minutes about where the show has been going. The show is actually doing really well. It's up to 1.2K views as of Monday, yesterday. And it has 22.7K impressions across the internet. So you all really are having a lot of fun watching the show. Interestingly, the most popular episode is the bikini episode, and it's not the second one I shot, it's the first one. So you really like seeing me in a two-piece, apparently talking about economics at the beach, shot from a higher angle, or medium angle, not high angle, but like this, you know. You just want to see me straight on two-piece talking about economics. That's okay. And then also, you really like seeing me dance, because last week I ran a promo where I was just dancing, and it got as many views, or maybe more actually initially, than the actual show. And it was a longer show, and it was a less fun show because we got into some heavier issues, which we're not going to go back to. As I noted before, this is a thought project. It's a progression of ideas, so you have to keep up. Like, you have to watch every episode, or not all of it's going to make sense. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyways. And then finally, today I think I'm going to sing a song for you very quickly. And it's going to be song by September. What's it called? There's a song by September called Cry For You? Yeah. September's Cry For You, right? Did I say that 5 times fast? Probably not. That's okay. Ooh. No, just kidding. Sorry. Anyways, we'll shut that off entirely. So here's the thing. Note again, 3 major banks closed in since March? Through March? Yeah. So keep watching for that. Keep watching for businesses, and just keep watching. Everything I've said is basically correct, and it's been researched. And you can look at the Federal Reserve's numbers as well if you don't believe me. Or just go read Forbes. Don't read Forbes, actually. I started looking what happened to Forbes magazine. I looked at that yesterday. This magazine went from being a fantastic publication, really good, solid numbers, and it is not anymore. Wow. Forbes needs to take a new direction again. Anyways, so I'm going to sing this now for you. September's Cry For You. I'm going to take a drink first. Hold on. I take a moment like Wendy Williams, the TV host. She's radio tuned. Drink some hot water before I sing for you. But anyways, she's always have to drink hot water or hot tea during the show in order to keep talking. Okay. And yes, I am actually a fan of her, but although I don't have time to watch her stuff these days, I'm too busy myself. But Wendy Williams, if you're somewhere, you're a great woman. Sorry you had to quit doing your TV show. Anyways, here we go. I never had to say goodbye. You must have known I wouldn't stay while you were talking about our life. You killed the beauty of today. Forever and ever, life is now or never. Forever never comes around. People love and let go. Forever and ever, life is now or never. Forever's gonna slow you down. You'll never see me again. So now who's gonna cry for you? You'll never see me again. No matter what you do, you'll never see me again. So now who's gonna cry for you? You'll never see me again. No matter what you do. You never heard me break your heart. You didn't wake up when we died. Since I was lonely from the start, I think the end is mine to write. Forever and ever, life is now or never. You're never gonna see me again. People love and let go. Never and ever, life is now or never. Forever never comes around. You'll never see me again. So now who's gonna cry for you? You'll never see me again. No matter what you do, you'll never see me again. So now who's gonna cry for you? You'll never see me again. No matter what you do, you'll never see me again. No matter what you do, forever and ever, life is now or never, forever never comes around. People love to let go, forever and ever, life is now or never, forever never comes around. And the other thing I have to note is you're going to see a huge crash in the entertainment industry because of the lack of material, because there were so many different performers, especially singers. You're seeing it with the movies have slowed down because they've had their pipeline of free material cut off and been told they actually have to pay people, and they don't want to do that. And one of the major agencies that's been a problem with that actually hasn't been brought to responsibility yet. So we'll see what happens to them. This, it kind of seems like we're just down to anarchy at this point. But there's also just the fact that you're going to see a lot of singer-songwriters just stop performing. It's like gone because they never actually had any material of their own to perform in the first place. And some of them are still writing on stuff from years ago. I know I quit. I mean, I was able to put an end to things by like 2015, but some of the people are still using material from them that's like banking it. Well, so when you see some of these performers suddenly disappearing, you think, wow, I really like that performer. I want you to know right now, maybe you didn't really like them. Maybe you like me. Maybe you like some other person who was asked to work for free for years. So just remember that. And, you know, if you're lucky enough to have the money to go to concerts right now, that's great. That's fantastic. Enjoy it. But just don't be surprised when some of these entertainers suddenly disappear because they weren't creating their own material in their work. And that is all for today. Have a good one. Oh, and this was a thought project, just so you know.